All right, let's do this, shall we?
Here's news that will be music to your ears.
The news.
Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening from wherever you're watching me from. My name is Mordecai Morisa, and you're watching Mordecai Morisa Live TV. This is the news. In a dramatic twist that sent shockwaves through Uganda's political corridors, former Speaker of Parliament Alitwala Kadaga was handed a stunning yet humiliating defeat by her successor, Annet Anita Among. The battle for the National Robbers Movement National Vice Chairperson female seat ended with Kadaga ousted, marking yet a brutal chapter in Museveni's political playbook. In a moment dripping with irony, Kadaga, who once presided over a parliament tainted by corruption and bribery, took to the stage in front of dictator Museveni to decry the very same tactics she long turned a blind eye to. She accused her opponents of bribery and intimidation in the race, a claim many saw as too little, too late. Meanwhile, Anita Among delivered a masterclass in political survival, showering Museveni with praise and cementing her loyalty to the regime. Her victory came as no surprise. The writing was on the wall. The full weight of dictator Museveni and his Nepo baby Muhoozi Kainerugaba was behind her. After the crushing defeat, allegations say that a visibly frustrated Kadaga threatened to quit NRM altogether, an act of rebellion from someone who once considered untouchable. Well, in this episode, I dive into the Machiavellian world of Ugandan politics where loyalty is transactional and no one, not even Kadaga, is safe from Museveni's habit of using allies and discarding them when they've outlived their usefulness. My name is Mordecai Morisa and you're watching Mordecai Morisa Live.
You're watching Mordecai Morisa Live political commentary. Please consider subscribing to help grow Uganda's Voices of Struggle ecosystem. Thank you.
I cannot appreciate you enough for using your valuable time to always go on social media, break down things for people.
Isn't that amazing? Old days. Going back and revisiting my old days. Record FM, Subi FM, and NBS FM. Interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, I once again welcome you to this YouTube channel, Mordecai Morisa Live. And if you're watching me from Facebook, please go on and hit that follow and subscription button as well. Do it on Twitter or X. 250,000 on TikTok. Amazing there. And 18,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. That's amazing. Thank you so much for your tremendous support. If the noise is too much from my music, please forgive me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're going to be interrogating what happened really. Alitwala Kadaga was defeated. I mean, we all saw this coming, and that's the question we're going to be asking. Didn't she see this coming? If I was able to see it, why not Kadaga Alitwala Rebecca? And what does this mean? What's her next step? All this in the conversation we're going to be having right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think I should start with showing you that. Results from, I'll be having my coffee. I hope you don't mind. The world is best boss. Declaration of results. NRM internal party elections for the second National Vice Chairperson female. Dr. Tango Doi Charlatan says, being the NRM Electoral Commission returning officer of for the NRM internal party elections for position of second National Vice Chairperson female, hereby declare the results of the elections as follows. Rebecca Alitwala Kadaga, total votes 902. 902. It's a crushing defeat. Annet Anita Among, over 11,680, which gives her 92%. She was sort of a clairvoyant. Before all this happened, she warned that she was, I think, winning by 98%. Listen to what she said before this happened.
Did you identify the person? I want to go inside.
And if you have obsequious, opportunistic David Kabanda, acting as your bodyguard, it's evident that, he's been sent by the Napo baby I mentioned earlier before, Muhoozi Kainerugaba, to do his bidding. Because this is a member of parliament. And she has, Speaker of Parliament, having a member of parliament do the bodyguard duty, or, So you realize this. And after Museveni had embarrassed Kadaga on that day when Kadaga was like, this is what I've done for the NRM. I belong to this cabal of opportunistic elites for this while. I deserve to be here and stuff like that. The spirit of entitlement from Kadaga, as expected, that's who they are. They've always reminded us, Twarana, we fought for you. We fought for you. So what? So Kadaga was using the same language, the same style. I fought for you. So, listen to what she says.
What are you saying? We are winning this. We are winning by 98%.
We are winning by 98%. Now, she knew. Look, she knew. And the reason is why she didn't quit. Museveni wanted to play some really childish, the old playbook of Mr. Museveni. Now I'm going to leave it out for you guys to have a conversation and sort yourself out. I believe one will be, leaving this for the other. He knew what he was doing. He didn't even want Anita Among to quit the race. Because, like I mentioned, the trend of Mr. Museveni is use and discard. Use and dump. He believes that Kadaga has outlived her usefulness. That is Museveni. And even if Museveni wanted actually to defend Kadaga, there's a plan of amending the constitution and changing ways of how we elect our president, having no system of a parliamentary system, and who's going to do that bidding, or who's going to be loyal, obsequious to Muhoozi, a man who has proved over and over again that he cannot speak to the Ugandan people. He cannot talk. He gloats about abducting, torturing, and killing of people. You're going to have to prepare yourself, your own person. In her youthful days, if you may, Kadaga was the one doing Museveni's bidding way back in 2005. She was speaker when Museveni was buying off all members of parliament to amend the constitution. And in her last days, she presided over the parliament when they were amending the constitution to remove the age limit cap. So now, Muhoozi, after realizing that he cannot speak, he cannot attract not even a scintilla of his father's support, he's like, okay, I would rather prepare somebody. So, and this is why you see Kabanda backing and doing bodyguarding for Anita Among.
We are winning.
We are winning by 98%. Now, how did she know that? You tell me. And we're going to look at that, but let's go back here. In Ankole, Kadaga winning with 65 votes only, and Anita Among with 1,524. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The amount of money that was spent in this, you cannot imagine. And you might be wondering why they're using all this money. And it's so funny that, Kadaga, I'll play you a speech here when Kadaga is complaining about bribery and intimidation. She presided over those vices. And she's now crying for, really? If you start taking care of the monster, it might be a baby and not strong enough, knowing that, it cannot attack you. But the more you feed the monster, the more it grows. It comes to a point when it will just dominate you. This is what you did to Museveni. This is what you did in building a culture that thrives on intimidation, a culture that thrives on bribery and corruption, and networks and connections that are nefarious. This is what you gave birth to Kadaga. Now, if they show you this, oh boy, what a shame. Look, I should say this. I feel very sad for Kadaga. I'm not someone really who enjoys when I see people going through suffering. But Kadaga isn't actually going through suffering if, in its sense. Because Kadaga remains minister, whatever, deputy, whatever, prime minister, whatever, in the East African community and stuff. She remains rich. The reason why she wanted to be close to Museveni is because in SEC, that's where the biddings and the deals and stuff are done. She wanted more money. And that's why I feel sad, is because everything I say here is true. And I'm saying it about Rebecca Alitwala Kadaga. But who am I compared to Rebecca Alitwala Kadaga? She's a true definition, the face of glass ceiling. She was the first one to become the female Speaker of Parliament in Uganda. And there are not as many in Africa. You can go on and make your research. She was a candle. She inspired generations. She's a lawyer. She opened up a law firm. The first few in Uganda, female lawyers who opened up their own law firms. She did amazing stuff. But along the way, either her mind got corrupted, she became delusional to the realities of the day, and probably thought that, her loyalty to Museveni guarantees her lifetime friendship. No, dictators or tyrants don't work like that. And the reason why I continue making these comments is, even after getting her embarrassed, she still wants to be with that cabal. But before all that happened, I'll show you what Kadaga said, which was...
way through turbulence, through good times, but we have been able to fly together and to land together. I have worked diligently as a backbencher.
Diligence doesn't mean nothing to Museveni, especially when you outlive your usefulness.
For the first 7 years,
I'm just saying.
Before I was appointed Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Minister of State for Transport, and Minister for Parliamentary Affairs. Thereafter, I graduated to the position of Deputy Speaker and later as Speaker. I have executed my duties diligently in all those capacities.
Thank you.
Within the Parliament, by ensuring that the necessary legislation is passed, the necessary budgets are passed, the necessary loans are passed to support the manifesto of the NRM.
Including those exorbitant, very extravagant budgets of funding the Museveni family.
I've also worked diligently to ensure that where loans were required, they were passed to improve on our infrastructure and all other facilities. I was elected as the second National Vice Chair.
Let's go here when she's making complaints about her intimidation and bribery.
To enable us to have a voice on the Central Executive Committee. And I performed that job with distinction. I have improved and contributed to many policies, many programs, many changes, and many other facilities to ensure that the perspective of the women is always considered. But in the process, I've not also forgotten the young people or the chair and members of the Great NRM Party.
Great. Great NRM Party. Great.
I think it's a matter of grave concern.
Okay.
That the level of bribery, of intimidation, of abuse of office,
Bribery, intimidation, abuse of office, okay?
of corruption
And corruption.
during this election has been exceedingly high.
Shameful face. Aren't you ashamed of yourself, Kadaga? Talking about corruption, abuse of office, or abuse of power, and intimidation and bribery, stuff like that. I mean, you're looking at Museveni. Museveni is briber at, if there's a word like, is there a term like briber in chief? Briber is a corrupt officer in chief. Not my word. he was implicated in a corruption scheme in the USA, where a Chinese man gave him, alongside Sam Kutesa Kahamba, $500,000. And Museveni has said in the past, he doesn't care about corrupt folks as long as they steal from Uganda, they are corrupt in Uganda, and invest in Uganda. He's normalized that culture. And I'll tell you this, despite of the concerns about corruption in the NRA, so and so did this, there's not going to be any investigation. No one is going to be incriminated. No one is going to be punished. Because most of this money that was distributed amongst delegates, or opportunists, of course, but delegates, this money was dished out by Museveni. So when you say, intimidation, it is because after giving out this money to these people, they told them that if we give you this money, but if you vote for Kadaga, we're coming after you. So when you say, intimidation, you're telling Museveni, hey, Museveni, stop the tactics you use. He won't. People have said, Sitani talokoka. If really Museveni is going to get rid of the abuse of the rule of law, corruption, intimidation, the abuse of power and stuff like that, that means he's supposed to incriminate himself and hand over himself to the authority. What's wrong with this lady? A lawyer? Oh, Mr. Museveni?
Indeed, it has been unprecedented. For the first time, we have seen distribution of iPads to entice leaders and influence them.
It is not for the first time. It is for the first time because you're competing now. But it's been going. It's the trend. And I know for sure Kadaga has involved in corruption scandals. He's bought folks, Ugandan people, some stuff to buy their votes in the past. This is hypocrisy. That's the face of hypocrisy talking.
We have seen distribution of cell phones for the same reasons. Distribution of money for the same reason. No small money still of 20,000, but in millions.
I think I'll show you where I got, what's her name? Jennifer Fulfiga was saying, hey, Museveni actually gave out money. So when you say, Museveni, we've seen this, you're saying, Museveni, you shouldn't have done this. Yet you're obsequious, fearful of him.
And this, Your Excellency and International Chair, is something that's ruining our party.
Okay.
We have built this party over time. But there's a real risk that it's going to be overtaken by people who do not deserve to be in leadership. So we need to check the issue of corruption. Last night, there was more distribution of resources. 300,000 shillings to each delegate.
Okay, from where?
At Nabisunsa, at Nakawa, at Kisasi, and many, many other places.
It is so funny when, I don't know, what is she intending to do? Museveni doesn't really, it's like me telling Museveni, hey, Museveni, we need to stop the trend of overstaying in power because we believe that you can't be the lone vision bearer of a country. He doesn't really care because if he really cares, then that means he's got to hand over power. So what are you saying, Kadaga?
Again, to influence the outcome of these elections. So I do hope that the members will take this matter into account and realize that we don't need to support the corrupt and to know that
we don't need to support Museveni. Is that what you're trying to say? We don't need to support the corrupt Museveni?
Money being used.
Then why are you supporting him?
It's actually your money. This is taxpayers' money.
Okay, we've had the same screed or diatribe from folks like Bet Olivuna Misango Kamyatuliyomwe, who told us that it's only 15% of the civil servants who steal taxpayers' money.
So please chew it, but make the right choice.
Mention names. You can take them to the courts of law. open charges against these people. You know this. You even have proof where they were, where they committed a crime from, who are the culprits. You have all this evidence. Why not go to the courts of law?
I would like to appeal to our members to clean up
Appealing.
party by rejecting
And when she was making this, I think Museveni was looking at her and saying, "What are you even talking about, lady?"
corruption, rejecting bribery, rejecting intimidation. National Chairman, there are members here who have got messages on their phone.
Because those people are being backed by Museveni, the national chairman.
Intimidating them. If you don't vote for so and so, you will see. How can that be?
Yes.
But
How can that be? Oh my God. Museveni says, Mulondo Busaja Saja. That's what he said, I think it was in Rubaga. Mulondo, referring to honorable members of parliament as Obusaja Saja. And you're looking at Museveni saying, oh, how can that be? You're looking at a face of intimidation, of ridicule, of mockery, of bribery, of corruption, of coercion.
this is what is happening at this stage. So I do hope that something will be done. And Honorable Chairs, you have been promising that you are going to take action.
Okay.
I hope that you can actually take action
Okay, I will take
so that
action.
this vice ends. On the level of the preparation of the election, it's also a matter of concern that in some instances there have been deliberate delays so that voting.
Okay, let me show you how Museveni's mind operates, okay? If you want to really win Museveni's, if you want to have that soft spot in his heart, this is how you do it.
Museveni oye!
Heap praises on the dear leader.
Anita oye! Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, and also the Chairman of NRM Pache,
Pache? Did she say Pache?
also the Chairman of NRM Pache,
Huh?
and also the Chairman of NRM Pache,
Okay.
Mama Janet Museveni, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament of Uganda,
Uh-huh.
the honorable members who are here, the ambassadors that are around, and all our dear delegates. God is good. God is good. NRM oye! Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, my name is Anita Annet Among, the Member of Parliament of Bukedea, and by God's grace, you entrusted me to be the Speaker of Parliament of the 11th Parliament in Uganda. I want to thank you so much for trusting me with such a very important position, which I have diligently performed without any turbulence in that parliament.
This is my speaker, the Speaker of Uganda.
I have done it
That's
without...
And I'm sorry, I'm going to make this comment again. I usually hear people say, and I've made these comments in Uganda, and it bears repetition. People say, Mordecai, you ridicule Balaam, but he might become president. I usually ask, so what? He can become president, remain a clown. It's not about a position. It's not the office you occupy. It is how you care about your people, the values and principles you espouse. It's not about the office. This is the Speaker of our parliament. But tell me, do you admire what she's doing?
Antagonizing the party and the chairman of the party.
Okay, when she says antagonizing the party and the chairman, it is because what she's trying to say or refer to is if you're a dissenting voice, if you are not 100% loyal to Museveni, that is antagonizing the party and the chairman.
Your Excellency, I want to thank you so much for identifying and bringing me to the mighty party NRM.
Mighty.
And as you got me from where I was, where you said I used to put on wrong clothes, now I am putting on very good clothes.
You have to hear praises to the dear leader. What is she saying?
And that is the NRM. Your Excellency, when you identified me, I do not want to be useless in the party. I want to add value to the party. And by adding value to the party, I am seeking to be a second National Vice Chairperson of NRM. And when I am a second National Vice Chairperson, I am a very good mobilizer. And I can trust you. I will mobilize for the party.
When she says mobilizer, she doesn't necessarily mean mobilizer in its sense. She's referring to lobbying and influencing people to either stay silent, to vote for nefarious laws in parliament alongside the NRM and stuff like that. It's not mobilizing to go down, and try to build NRM from grassroots structures. No, it is I am good enough to do your dirty job. Please. That's the loyalty she's referring to.
From north to east to west to central throughout the whole country. I am bringing value to the party.
You're bringing
Your Excellency, when I am a state member, I will also request that you consider.
I don't understand our politics. You have to refer to that guy, Museveni. There's no promise made to the NRM folks. No, Your Excellency, no. Like, a speech in situations like this should be to the members here. I promise that I will do this, quoting the constitution of the political party. But because they know, like, the secret is in the open here. They know that you're not serving the country. You're serving Museveni. Oh, Your Excellency, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this. That's why I usually tell you that, Museveni, if Museveni is ousted out of power, that's the end of the NRM because everything has been built around him. And that's why he really wanted this fight between Kadaga and Anita Among. Because as a narcissistic sociopath he usually lets them, fight. And then he wants to come as a mediator. Oh, I am here, old man with a heart. Oh, now I advise you do this. It's very nefarious, very.
The local government, especially the LOC 5s, the local councils, the speakers, on their increment of their pay.
Again, see? Now she's giving you clues of what she's going to do. It is by and large about increasing the pay. Money talks.
Your Excellency,
now, when she says she makes that comment, it is some sort of a clue to the so-called delegates that, hey, I'm actually mentioning money. So now they're able to pick, those clues in her verbiage. So I would do this. They'll increase their pay.
Somebody you have trusted with the legislature. I am also going to request you, as a chairperson of the party, that for us to be able to mobilize for the party, we need the local councils. We need our...
What's going on here?
We have had challenges with the people with the PWDs, with the elders, with the veterans.
Is she okay? Why is she speaking like she's being forced or, she's grasping air?
As a SEC member, that we have allowances and some jobs for people with disabilities, people who are veterans.
Talking about allowances and stuff like that. You can go on and watch the speech, the entire speech. I think we just watched for 4 minutes, and it's 16 and 19 on this YouTube channel. Carvton Media. I think I need to subscribe to these folks. They've given us content here. It's a warning sign. 2, Annet Anita Among. She's blind. She believes that she's the new kid on the block, loved by Museveni. Anyways, what do you think? I think I'll call it a show tonight. Rebecca Alitwala Kadaga has been abysmally defeated. Very sad. A woman I immensely respected. You know, when I was a kid and, we were in school studying about these people, you would not help, but really admire, even getting close. But why do they allow them? Even with their education, they are more educated beyond Museveni. Not that education makes you anything special, but looking at, going by what our society thinks of education, Museveni doesn't even come any close to Rebecca Kadaga. But why do they really reduce themselves to mere pawns on Museveni's political chase? Why? I mean, who am I to talk about Kadaga? I am nothing compared in some sort of social hierarchy. I am nothing. But why does Kadaga make me sound like clairvoyant, like some sort of an astute political analyst? I am not. I'm only saying what I see. Why do you betray your values and principles, Kadaga? And when I say Kadaga may not watch this video. I don't expect her to do so. But at least you who is watching, never betray your cause, your principles, your values. They go beyond money. Imagine, of all things I've said about the Museveni regime, waking up one day and saying Museveni is the greatest of all time. Imagine that. I would rather die. Jeez. Anyways, my name is Mordecai Morisa. Let me know what you think about all this. And please, copy this link, share it with your friends and family and acquaintances, of course. And at the same time, make sure you write in the comment section, what do you think? Not only that, make sure that you subscribe to this feed. That's how you show support. I was about to speak like Anita Among. Mr. President, I want to show you. See ya.
Did you enjoy what you just watched?
I'm sure they did.
I'm going to guess that you did. How about you consider subscribing to Mordecai Marissa Live YouTube channel? Thank you.